It's time for Tiger Talk, heard before each Salem Tiger basketball game with Stan Stevens and Coach Jared Patterson. Tiger Talk is being brought to you by Flying W Boutique and Looking Glass Salon with Alicia Watson, Candy Mink, and myself, Katie Carty. Now, Tiger Talk on KSMO Media.
On the Tiger Talk, Stan Stevens, Coach Jared Patterson, Coach Salem Tigers win up the School to Osage, take on the Indians. Battle back, got it to 19-19, and the Indians went on an 8-0 run, and then from there on, they pretty well kind of controlled the pace of the game.
Yeah, Osage had a very talented team, very, very fast, very athletic. Number 22, sophomore, he got hot, hit multiple threes, and we just couldn't find him in our zone, and they just got a lot of dribble penetration, a lot of driving and kicking out, and he hit a few shots, and then they hit a few inside, and, it was close at halftime, and then came out, made a few adjustments. Second half, and adjustments didn't work, and Osage came out with a win. Tough loss coming off Christmas break. We had a tough stretch in Christmas tournament, playing some really good teams, and seeing that speed, and we're just making adjustments and keep learning, keep growing, and see where we are come district time.
Holiday tournaments can be a blessing, and sometimes they can kind of be a curse, because we all know, all right, the Kabul tournament, you're going to be playing 4 games in a very, very short period of time. It could be 4 days, it could be 6 days, but whatever, it doesn't give the kids a lot of time to recover from that tournament and then turn around and have to try and keep up with a team as athletic as the School of Osage.
Yes, and the last couple of years, we struggled the game after the Kabul holiday tournament, and, it's just a lot on the kids, no school and then playing all this basketball, and it's a lot for the kids, and making the trip up to Osage, talented team. They hadn't played in a while, and they had some sloppy plays in the first half, but then they really played well that second half, and just got away from us quickly. Our press didn't work, zone wasn't working, and just a lot of things weren't working defensively for us. But, we'll make those adjustments. We'll learn from it and get better as the year goes on.
They took advantage of the turnovers the Salem Tigers had. At one point, Coach, we didn't have all that many turnovers, but the ones we did, they capitalized. And I remember at one point in the game, by the third quarter, they were 9 out of 10 on scoring off points off turnovers for over 22 points. Now, that's tough to beat when they score that many points off turnovers. And, of course, we were like 2 of 8 off points off turnovers. That's a huge difference, isn't it, Coach?
Yes, big difference there. And, they were just so fast in transition, and just that number 10 for them could really just set the tone and just attack whenever he wanted. And, when a team just attacks you inside and you got to move and adjust, you're just at a disadvantage. And, kudos to them. They had really good ball movement, made us work, and then they knocked down the shots when it was there. They also got a lot of offensive rebounds, too. That made a big difference. Just extra shots, and just, that wears on a team when you're playing defense most of the game. And I thought our offense did fine in spots. We shot the ball pretty well. But, yeah, those turnovers and not capitalizing on those was a big problem for us.
Yeah, you went on that little run in the third quarter and got it back to 8 points, and then all of a sudden a couple of turnovers and then a couple of big threes from number 22, and the next thing you know, they're back out by 16. It just was one of those games that you kind of knew in the third quarter that unless – and they just collapsed. It was going to be a very difficult game for the Salem Tigers, because they really, really seem to have an idea of exactly what Salem was trying to do.
Yeah, nothing was working defensively for us, and, you'll have those type of games.
Sure.
We struggled a little bit with our offense, just getting in a flow. We did hit some shots, but, not having those extra chance opportunities. I thought Gavin St. played really well inside. Really strong and really coming on at the right time of the year. Lincoln and Gabs hit some of their shots, which was good to see. It's been a while for them to both hit in the same game.
Right.
So we saw some good things. Our boys kept fighting, played to the end. We could just build off of some of that and just get some momentum here in January.
Well, tonight you're going to take on the West Plains Zizzers. They're kind of the same situation as we are, a 4-7 record. And, you know, when you look at a team like West Plains, you always know they've got a lot of talent on that team, and they're trying to find themselves, Coach. So this is really kind of a critical game in the month of January, because we all know it's just going to continue to build and build toward conference games. Now is the time to try and correct those problems.
Yeah, West Plains might be the most talented, or one of the most talented teams we'll see this year. They got a lot of kids that can play, very deep, very big team, physical. They played a pretty brutal schedule as well. In the Blue and Gold tournament, they faced some good teams and won a couple of those games. So it'll be a very big test for us, one of the best teams we'll see this year. But we're excited. You know, after this game, it's, you know, district games and conference games and tournaments. And so we're looking for this to kind of be a boost for us. We haven't got to practice the last few days, so a lot of unknown coming into this game.
Sure.
But I think our kids will be up for the challenge.
Well, Coach, we wish you the very best of luck tonight against the Zizzers out of West Plains. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Stay tuned. Tiger basketball is next.
Thank you, Stan. That has been Tiger Talk with Coach Jared Patterson, brought to you as a courtesy of Looking Glass Salon and Flying W Boutique. Stay tuned. Salem Tiger basketball is next.
Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center in Salem is here for all of your veterinary needs. From your house cat to a herd of cattle, Dr. Cunningham and her expert staff are here to help. Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center is committed to providing your animals with the highest level of care and support. Schedule an appointment today for checkups, boarding, surgery, supplies, or even 24/7 emergency services for established clients. Stop by or call in today and get the veterinary care that your pets deserve.
Progressive Ozark Bank is proud to announce a better way to manage your debit card fraud alerts. Instead of a phone call, customers will receive a message on their text-enabled numbers if there is a concern on a debit card transaction. It's fast and easy. Want to find out how you can get fraud text alerts on your phone? Drop by or call Progressive Ozark Bank for more information. Progressive Ozark Bank, FDIC insured, where people matter.
Welcome to this KSMO media broadcast of Salem Tiger basketball. Today's game is brought to you by Town and Country Insurance, Tax Masters, Southwest Baptist University, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, The Hot Spot Tanning and Tuxedos, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust Manufacturing, Progressive Ozark Bank, Stephen Patterson Attorney at Law, Riverways Federal Credit Union, K&H Auto Supply, Farm Bureau Insurance, Country Mart, the Bank of Salem, Napa, Mooney Auto Supply, Your World Today, Town Screen, New Life Auto, Salem License Bureau, Legends Automotive, Moe's Cleaning Service, LLC, On the Spot Auto Glass, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center, Jet Tire and Auto, The Technology Junkyard, American Family Insurance, United Country Real Estate, Southtown Furniture, Healthy Dent County, Ozark Overhead Door, Hubs Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, Flying W Boutique, and Discount Bins. And now, get ready for Salem Tiger basketball on KSMO.
Jacob Moore, 6'5", senior, number 32, Clayton Robbins, 6'4", sophomore, number 33, Aiden Judd, and a 6'3", junior, number 40, Josiah Long. This is your coach by Mason Miller.
And welcome to Salem High School Gymnasium. Happy New Year to all of you from all of us at KSMO. I want to thank the ladies at Flying W Boutique and Looking Glass Salon for sponsoring our Tiger Talk. That's Alicia, Candy, and Katie. Drop by 101 West 4th Street in downtown Salem. We're getting ready for our introduction of players. When we get to that in just a second, do want to thank United Country Salem Realty for sponsoring our intro to Salem Tiger basketball. Babette Wells, broker owner at 573-79-3148, or stop by 605 South Main Street. And now, after the starters for the West Plains Zizzers have been announced, here's your Salem Tiger starters for tonight.
Lincoln Thomas, junior.
Braden Gaps, junior.
Brody Ray, sophomore.
Gavin Sapal, junior. Luke Pryor, sophomore.
Starters for West Plains will be Ethan Tuma, Jacob Moore, Clayton Robbins, Aiden Judd, and Josiah Long. Now tonight, you're going to see at the bottom of your screen, if you're streaming with us on the video side, our scorebook that's brought to you by your friends at Ozark Overhead Door. And, of course, Zane and his gang do a tremendous job in putting that door in for you or repairing any need you might have, including a chain or maybe new tracking. Call on 314-243-9341. And Hubs Tire Center bringing you our instant replay tonight. After our plays, you'll see instant replays come up many times throughout the game. A three-generation family-owned business in Salem. Hubs Tire Center bringing you our instant replays, located 801 South Main Street, across the street from the radio station. Clayton Robbins tipping it off against Gavin Sapal. Clayton did a little pre-jump there. And again, an inadequate toss-up by the official. Robbins all excited, getting that jumps way too early before it even leaves the hand of the official. Well, he gets it anyway. It comes back to Ethan Tuma and the West Plains Scissors, who are all in red with a white trimming. They have the ball to start the game out. See them in their white uniforms with a little bit of that paisley bottom on the legs. They also have navy blue numbers and a little bit of Carolina blue involved. First shot misses and brought down by Gaps. And back come the Salem Tigers. Here's Brody Ray all the way down. Short jumper, good. Brody Ray gets the Salem Tigers on top, and Tuma brings it back down. Flips it left side to Long. Long trying to drive in. Can't, gets cut off, flips it back to Moore. Back in the corner to Long. That shot won't go. Brought down and controlled underneath the basket and stolen away by Sapal after Judd came down with it. First steal for the Salem Tigers. Here's Thomas with a three, and he's got it. Just starting out the game here, the Tigers get a three off a steal. That's really a good sign. Let's hope that can keep up throughout the entire game. Right now with the ball, it's Robbins going to number 13, Moore. Going on top to Judd, now giving it back to Tuma. Tuma all the way across the floor, getting it. There is Robbins in front of the Tiger bench. They go to Long, back top of the key. Driving in as Tuma flips it back in the corner to Robbins. Guarded by Sapal. Robbins flips it back out to Long. Long inside the paint, now spinning back outside is Moore, flipping it to Tuma, all the way across the floor to Long. Long trying to drive in, instead gives it back to Moore. Good ball control by West Plains with that short jumper, too short, brought down by Long, put back up and caught down by Brody Ray. And he comes back the other way for the Tigers. Half-court defense by the Scissors as well as the Tigers. The gap started to go down baseline. Roy thought he was going that way and tried to hit him with a pass and threw the ball out of bounds. 6:04 left to go in the first quarter. 5-0 Salem Tigers as Ethan Tuma will walk it up against that half-court Tiger defense. Goes inside to Judd. They go back in the corner. A three from the corner by Robbins is no good. Brought down by Luke Pryor, who gives it off to Thomas. Thomas tipped that ball to Pryor, who then brought down that rebound. Luke trying to get inside, flips it out to Thomas. Beyond three, takes another one. He's got it. Lincoln Thomas hits the three, and it's an 8-0 score for the Salem Tigers, and a timeout by the West Plains Scissors. Timeout brought to you by Jonah Schaefer, your local American family insurance agent. Give them a call, 573-729-5165. Back in 30 seconds, Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
Tip-off starting the game was brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Willie Strader, your agent, 729-4941. See him at 1414 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard. Tiger basketball on KSMO Media. I always like to thank our great sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you Tiger basketball, like Salem License Office. They're in the Crossroads Shopping Center, 1104 South Main Street. A proud supporter of your Tigers. Give them a call for any questions about the new Real ID that's going to be coming up this year, 729-8305. 729-8305. Down comes West Plains the other way. Starting it out is Long. They go inside, trying to get it there is Moore. Moore dancing down to the baseline, trying to flip that up and in was Robbins. He couldn't get it to fall, and it's brought down by Pryor. Pryor with his second rebound as Ray has it between the circles. Bounce pass down to Lincoln Thomas. His shot blocked away, and it's tied up. And possession arrow will favor the Salem Tigers as Pryor and also Aiden Judd tied that ball up underneath the basket. Gaps trying to inbound it, gets it to Ray beyond three. Brody giving it to Sapal. Back to Brody Ray. His three-pointer. It pinballs around and a foul called underneath, I believe, on Sapal. Little push off there, try and get positioning. Offensive foul there by Sapal. And back comes Tuma. Flips it right side over to Long. Long goes in the corner, waiting for it. There's Judd. Judd back to Long to Tuma. Goes in that corner to Robbins. His three. Pinballs around, will not fall. Brought down by Judd, and he is fouled by, I believe, Lincoln Thomas. Thomas's first foul. 2 fouls on Salem. This is a shooting foul. First free throws of the game belong to the Scissors, and the first one's no good. Eight 0 Salem Tigers. They lead early in the game. 4:45 to go first quarter. Next one is also no good, but it's taken down by Judd. Judd has that pass stolen away, and here's Thomas the other way. Thomas stops, giving it off to Pryor. Pryor trying to go baseline, fights his way down. He's fouled by Clayton Robbins. Trying to get his balance to go inside, and Robbins would not allow that. Sam trying to inbound. They do to Sapal. Sapal underneath the basket. Puts it up and in. Count the basket. And a foul on Aiden Judd. Sapal was very patient. Judd got a little over anxious. First foul on Judd. He checks out. Coming in is Jared Kraft. And the free throw is good by Sapal. Salem struggled from the free throw line Friday night at the School de Osage. They lead 11 0 right now. Pass comes across, waiting for it. There's Kraft. Out on top to Robbins. Robbins inside down low. They flip it back out to Long. Getting into Kraft for the three. It's no good. Tipped and brought down by West Plains. And I believe a foul's going to be called on Salem as Sapal and Brody Ray both tried to get to that ball. One of them is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be Sapal's second foul. And now Hayden Ragsdale's going to check in for him. And then Stevens will come in for Brody Ray. 4:14 to go, first quarter. Salem Tigers at 11 0 lead. Tuma going to Kraft left side to get an inside ball tipped and kept though by Moore. Moore bounce pass out to Kraft. Kraft at the top of the key, backs up. Guarded by Stevens, slips it down the corner to Long. Back inside to Kraft. He banks it in. I should say to Moore, excuse me. That was Moore cutting through there, and he banked it home. First basket of the night for the Scissors. Here's Braden Gaps trying to get inside. Can't. Goes to Ragsdale. Now over to Thomas. Thomas trying to drive the paint to the hole, and the ball knocked out of his hands by the Scissors. It'll stay with the Salem Tigers. With 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Gaps will inbound it. Josiah Long will try and get in his way. Pass comes out. Taken there by Pryor to the hole. Pushes off, and a charge going to be called. Luke Pryor pushed off, and the Scissor player, Robbins, is down. So a charge called on Pryor. Robbins really slow. He kind of angled his fall into the wall. kind of wedged into the underneath the padding and the floor right there, and he's a little slow in getting up. 3:30 to go in the first quarter. 11-2 Salem on top. Kraft has it. Goes to Tuma. Back to Kraft to Tuma. In the corner. Robbins to three, and he hits that one. It's 11-5 our score after Robbins had missed a couple earlier. Gets that one, their first three of the game. Gaps getting into Pryor, that high post. Pryor turns, spinning. Flips it outside to Roy Stevens. Stevens on the perimeter, back to Gaps. Gaps is tied up. Trying to give it back to Stevens. Turns, spins, puts it for three, and he hits. Braden Gaps hits a three after being tied up. And the defender, anticipating the pass to Stevens, let him go. In the corner, driving to the basket, flipping it out to Kraft was Tuma. Kraft bounce pass to Long in the corner. Long guarded by Ragsdale. Back to Kraft. Now on top Moore. Moore to Kraft. Everybody on the outside the three-point perimeter except Tuma. Now back to Robbins. Robbins from 10, his jumper. It's no good. And brought down by Ragsdale. He captured that ball and brought it down confidently. And the Gaps has it now over to Thomas. 2:15 to go. We're in the first quarter. 14-5. Salem on top. Thomas. Bounce pass outside to Ragsdale. Guarded by Robbins. Ragsdale on the perimeter to Stevens. Roy trying to find his way to the hole. Does. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Ball brought down by Long. Long the other way. Pass to Tuma. Driving out. 10-footer. Go off the back of the iron. And Gaps brings that one down. Boy, that shot had everything looking good, but it hit the back of the iron and pinballed out. Here's Stevens on top. Pryor. 1:45 to go first quarter. Pryor dancing down the line. Draws the foul. He's got those long strides and got that big wingspan. You try to get that ball out on the fingertips and flip it up. Foul's called on the floor to Moore. Gaps trying to inbound it with 1:43 to go. Gaps firing it down to Thomas. Right on the baseline. He scores. Lincoln Thomas with a big pull-up and reverse move. Got wide open. 16-5 our score. Salem on top. Here's Kraft. Jared Kraft. Left side to Tuma. Back to Kraft. Back to Tuma. Goes to Robbins in the corner. Another three-pointer, and it's good again. Tigers, once they see a guy get hot, they need to get on him and not make that shot so easy. Gaps tries his three, and he buries it and gets pushed down, no call. 19-8 as Gaps answers the three by Robbins. The other way, Kraft flips it right side. Waiting for it there is Judd. Back to Kraft, 9-footer, short, brought down by Pryor. His third rebound of this first quarter with under a minute to go. Gaps will bring it up for the Tigers, gets past Long. Gaps to the paint, stops, 9-footer, blocked there, and the pass goes up to Long, and Long will take it to the hole and lay it in. After the block shot there by Judd, quickly got it up the floor, and Long with a very easy basket. Here's Pryor at the top of the key, giving it back to Thomas. 25 seconds to go, first quarter. Salem up by 9. Lincoln between the circle and the Tiger insignia. Trying to get to Roy Stevens, and does. Roy trying to drive the baseline, flipping it back on top to Thomas. Lincoln stops, goes inside to Pryor from 9, trying to bank it in. He does. 5 seconds left. Here comes Kraft. Kraft up the middle of the floor. Short jumper, way too short. Out of bounds it goes, and we play 1 quarter of play. Good quarter for the Salem Tigers. They lead it by 11, 21-10. We'll come back in a minute. Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances.
Always like to thank our great sponsors to make it possible for us to bring you Salem Tiger Athletics, like Discount Bins, 1201 Scenic Girls Boulevard, a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Give them a call, 573-543-2113, and find out how after they restock, you can get incredible values at Discount Bins that go down in price daily. Check it out, Discount Bins in Salem. Start of second quarter brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Willie Strader, your agent. Whether you need auto, home, life, or business insurance, Willie can help. 729-4941. Willie Strader, Farm Bureau Insurance. Kraft for West Plains goes left side. And in there is Tuma for a three. It's no good. Tipped out high, but brought down by Kraft. Kraft hanging on to it. Left side to Tuma again. Inside it goes. Quick turnaround spin by Judd. Goes outside to Kraft. From the high post, his jumper is good. Jared Kraft. For the Zizzers. Brody Ray will bring it up back in the ball game. Ray at the top of the key. Stops. Hesitated. Going back to Lincoln Thomas. Thomas spins, turns, looking for some help. Giving it to Cade Moody. Moody lost the ball. Stolen away by the Zizzers. Their first steal. But then they turn around and lose it out of bounds. Right at the Salem Tiger bench. (21-12) the score. We're just underway in the second quarter. As Brody Ray at the top of the key. Guarded there tightly by Judd. Hands it off to Stevens. Stevens trying to get his way down. Short jumper's good. Roy very patient right there. Took it down and then elevated over Kraft to put the ball home. 23-12 the score. Coming down is Tuma. Ball goes in the corner to Long, back to Kraft. Kraft goes back out to Tuma. His three is good, but a foul called on Kraft for going over top of Caden Moody. So an offensive foul negates the three-pointer. That is a turnover, but that took points off the board. With the ball, Brody Ray. Cade Moody in there with him, gave him the pass. Ray is triple teamed, and they're calling a possession error on the ball will favor the Salem Tigers. Brody has a habit of getting too close to his opponents where they can reach in. And this time he got surrounded and actually just got engulfed by the Zizzers. He just did it again, and this time a foul is going to be called on Josiah Long. Roy Stevens will inbound it. First foul of this quarter by the Zizzers. 2 free throws for the Zizzers in the first quarter. And 1 by the Salem Tigers. Zizzers 0 for 2. Salem 1 for 1.
That was on number 40 for West Plains, Josiah Long. His first.
23-12 our score. 6.5 to go in the half. Salem up by 11. That's where they were here to start this quarter. Lincoln Thomas has it. He gets double teamed, goes to Pryor. Pryor travels with the ball. Scissors have changed their defense, and they're right now trying to pressure Salem, trying to double team the man with the ball. See, the Tigers can make adjustments to that. Ethan Toma getting it to Kraft. Now goes in the corner. Quick three up and no good. Ball knocked out of bounds by Long, and they'll say a win off of Thomas last. Looked like Long knocked that ball out, but the official standing right there saw it better than I did. And he said it was Lincoln Thomas that it grazed going off his arm out of bounds. Ethan Tuma to inbound it, fires it all the way outside. A three-pointer by Judd is no good, but taken there by Robbins, puts it back up and short, but he'll be fouled. And Robbins will go to the line to shoot two. Clayton Robbins, who got up slowly after going into the wall. Pryor's second foul, and the free throw's good. Sabal will come in for Pryor, and Tannen Berry will come in for Stevens. Next free throw is no good. Captured by Berry. And the Tigers, Brody Ray brings it in the offensive zone. Ray has that ball stolen away from him, and back come the Scissors, and a quick layup by Kraft.
2 points, Kraft.
Here comes Moody. West Plains being very aggressive now, and that foul's going to be on Aiden Judd. Trying to steal the ball from Moody. Third team foul now for the Scissors. 8-point Salem Tiger lead. Man-to-man coverage by the Scissors, and coming out will be Judd. Coming in the ball game, checking in will be Jacob Moore again. Ray trying to get away. And then Tigers insist on putting it back court. So Brody gets it. Guarded there by Long. Ray in the offensive zone. Gets a pick. Stops. Puts up the jumper. It's no good. Brought down by St. Paul, and he scores. Good strong move by Gavin St. Paul to get that rebound and put it back up and in. Here's Jared Kraft on top. Waiting for it. There's Robbins. Goes in the corner to Tuma. Cross court to Kraft. Open for the three. He hits.
3 points, Kraft.
And the three is good, and then a foul called after the fact on
13 for West Plains, Jacob Moore, his second.
Jacob Moore, then fouled after the three-pointer. 14 fouls now on the Scissors with 5:22 to go yet in this half. Here's Moody as Gapsh back in the ball game. Moody comes down, stops, pulls up. Moody out beyond three. Stop looking for some help, giving it to Berry. Dan and Berry going to hand that off. And a foul's going to be called on Ethan Toomer for pushing down Lincoln Thomas. That's going to be a very tight handoff. Lincoln got the ball and then got pushed. Just nudged basically from behind, but he had to reach for the ball, and Thomas will go to the line to shoot two. Thomas with 8 points in that first quarter. (25-18) our score. 5:06 to go in the half, and Thomas's free throw is perfect. Thomas ready to shoot again, and this one is no good. Come out taken down by Long. Long the other way to Tuma. Tuma trying to go distance-wise, and Cade Moody will pick up a foul. Made slight contact, but now the officials are tightening it up. As Tuma will inbound it. Fires it out on top to Kraft. Jumper short, but underneath, put back up, and missing that shot was Tuma. That shot blocked by Berry. Comes down, though, in the hands of Kraft. In the corner. A three is up and off the iron by Long. Brought down by Gapsh. Gapsh the other way, and that ball knocked out of his hands. Stays with the Salem Tigers. 4:43. Ball be inbounded from the baseline. Gapsh looking deep, fires it out. Ball tipped, and it'll be stolen away by the Scissors. They go in the corner. Jump shot from there is good by Kraft.
2 points, Kraft.
He got 9 points in this second quarter. 26-20, the Salem Tigers lead. Coach Patterson, he wants to talk to his troops. We're going to take a 30-second break and come back. And, of course, Salem up 26-20. This is Tiger Basketball, KSMO Media.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
A timeout brought to you by Jonas Schaefer, your local American family insurance agent. If you made improvements on your home, don't be underinsured. Call Jonah at 729-5165. 4:29 to go in the half. Salem up by 6 as the Scissors have bounced back with a strong 9-point effort by Jared Kraft. Here's Thomas giving it off to Gapsh. Much more aggressive defense. by the Scissors. Ball loose, comes down in the hands of Kraft. The Tigers missed a rebound, went right past Barry. Go on top. Here's Robbins. His three-pointer is good, and we've got a three-point game. Couple of key turnovers by the Salem Tigers. And a block shot to turn into points as Barry gets it, takes it to the hole, lays it in, and draws the foul. Barry knifing his way through that Scissor defense with a good job, lays it up and in. He draws the foul, and he'll get a free throw opportunity. Kraft gets his second foul. Ray back in the ball game for Cade Moody. 3:55 to go. Salem up by 5. Barry trying to make it 6. Free throw is no good. Tipped and brought down by Tuma. Tuma the other way. Tuma handing it off to Long. Back to Tuma. Ball tipped by Thomas, but he couldn't get away from him. Tuma fires it all the way back door to Kraft. Kraft spins, firing it back to Tuma. Tuma with a 3. It's off the iron. Brought down by Barry. Here's Brody Ray over the timeline as West Plains backed up in the half-court defense. 28-23. Ray getting knocked down, trying to hand it off to Thomas. Thomas has it. Thomas trying to dance his way in. Floater, no good. Ball tip brought down by Sapal. Sapal back to the hole, trying to lay it up, and he'll be fouled there by Robbins. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Robbins will pick up his second foul. So Sapal will shoot 2. Salem 1 for 3 here in the second quarter. Sapal's free throw is good. Landon Montgomery comes in for the Scissors. As Sapal gets ready to shoot his second, and this one is also good. Stevens in for Sapal for the Salem Tigers. 30-23, 7-point Salem Tiger lead with 3:11 to go. As Kraft will bring it up. Scissors in their red uniforms with the white trim. Salem Tigers in their white uniforms with the blue trim. And a little bit of Carolina and navy blue. Down low is Long. On top, Kraft driving in to the paint. Flips it up. Rims out. No good. Brought down by Braden Gapsch. Gapsch the other way. Then walks with the ball. RC fouled first. It's going to be a foul called against the Scissors on Jacob Moore. And he'll find a seat. Gapsch was trying to pass it off and seemed to get out of step. That's because Moore gave him just a little tug. And Moore draws that foul. Gapsch at the line. Gapsch with 6 points in the game. Hits the free throw. Tigers will have their 7th free throw this second quarter coming up. Right now they're 4 for 6. 5 for 7 as Braden hits them both. 32-23. Salem back up by 9 as Kraft will bring it down. Kraft bounce pass to Long. Back to Kraft. Cross it goes to Robbins. His three-pointer no good. Ball up high, brought down by Long. Trying to go back up with it, and he'll be fouled by Barry. Long with his 4th rebound. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Actually going to call the foul on Stevens, so it looked like Barry got the body on him. Official right there said it was Roy. Free throws no good. 2:37 to go in the half. Next one by Long is up, and this one is good. Off the rim, and then the backboard and in. Brody Ray, guarded by Montgomery, who came in the game moments ago. To Thomas, now to Stevens. Stevens getting it off to Brody Ray, guarded by Montgomery. On top it goes to Gapsch. His three-pointer, away offline, no good. And Stevens trying to keep it alive, cannot. Not a very good set shot by Braden Gapsch, kind of off balance, and he missed badly. 32-24, 2:17 to go. We are in the second quarter. As Kraft goes all the way across to Robbins, to Montgomery, back to Kraft. In the corner to Long. Long all the way back across to Montgomery, to Robbins, to Montgomery. Kraft between the circles. Back to Montgomery. Back to Kraft. Play catch. Kraft trying to drive in. Goes to Long for the three. Off the iron, straight up in the air. Tipped and brought down by Barry. Barry trying to get off to Lincoln Thomas and finally does. Thomas by Long in the offensive zone. 1:40 to go. Lincoln trying to drive in. Fadeaway jumper. It will not fall. And it's brought down by Judd. 32-24 our score. Salem on top as Kraft goes in the corner. There is Robbins. Robbins has a couple of threes. Goes back out on top to Judd. Back to Kraft. Kraft gets away from Ray. And is there a violation? Or is there blood somewhere? The official has stopped play. I think he's looking for blood on a player and he can't find it. But Barry has a red mark on his shorts. But the official is checking all the players for blood and could not find any. Well, I don't know if they're trying to get the teams to check that out or what, but they called the play dead because of the red mark on Damon Barry's shorts. Well, I always like to thank our great sponsors who make it possible for us to bring you Tiger basketball, like New Life Auto at 583 Highway 68 in Salem. Give them a call, put new life into your auto, 573-453-2757. And Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center, Dr. Ashley Cunningham at 900 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard for livestock or pets, 573-729-4031. 32-24. I guess they got the situation taken care of. Dannon back in the game. So the Scissors have the ball, 1:15 to go. Pass across to Montgomery. Back on top, Kraft. Guarded by Ray. In the corner to Long. Long, bounce pass back out to Kraft. Kraft drives the paint, lays it up and in. Jared Kraft, he has 11 points in this second quarter as Brody Ray brings it down. Salem up by 6. Ray trying to get that ball across to Thomas. Way too easy a telegraph. And Kraft steals it, comes down, and is fouled by Ray. Now you cannot telegraph your passes, and that one was way too obvious. And a good job by Kraft to read that, and then he just took the ball away. He gets Brody Ray to foul him, and he'll go to the line to shoot two, and he makes the first. He has another one coming, and that one is no good, brought down by Stevens. Stevens up to Gaps with 45 seconds to go. Salem up by 5, 32-27. Pass to Brody Ray, trying to get away from Montgomery. Almost runs into Long. Ray trying to drive in, stops, flips it to Lincoln Thomas in the corner. Thomas trying to get away from Kraft. On top to Stevens, 28 seconds left. Stevens back to Thomas. Thomas on that perimeter. Trying to drive in, needs a little help, gives it off to Braden Gaps. Gaps guarded by Long. Barry gives him a little pick, but now Gaps is trapped in the corner. Gets it off to Thomas, now to Gaps for a three. It's good. His third three of the game. 4 seconds left in the half. Driving down his Kraft in the corner. Montgomery for a three, and it rimmed out, no good. We have played a half here. It's the Salem Tigers. A good job by both teams. Salem got outscored by West Plains 17-14 in that quarter, but they lead at the half 35-27. We're going to take a 3-minute break and come back with stats on that first half. Salem Tigers 35, the Scissors 27, and back in 3 minutes. Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
It's only because of our incredible sponsors that we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events. Some of these sponsors include Looking Glass Salon, Candy Mink and Katie Carty, On the Spot Auto Glass, Hubs Tire Center, Ozark Overhead Door, The Technology Junkyard, Legends Automotive LLC, Flying W Boutique, Salem License Bureau, and New Life Auto. Be sure to thank these sponsors for bringing you Salem Tiger sports and community events.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters, located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and we welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
Welcome to Salem, Missouri, where the charm of the past meets the beauty of the Ozarks. At United Country Real Estate, we're proud to serve the heart of southern Missouri, connecting buyers and sellers across Dent, Phelps, Texas, and surrounding counties. Whether you're looking for a country home, historic property, or recreational land, our local experts live the lifestyle they sell. Contact us today at 573-729-3148 and discover the perfect place to live, work, and play with United Country Real Estate in Salem, Missouri.
8th graders to have you as a Salem Tiger.
And welcome to halftime, where it's the United Country Salem Realty halftime show. And you know they can save you time and money in finding the right real estate, whether it be in Dent County or surrounding areas, all the way out through southern Missouri, the Ozarks, the entire United States. Get in touch with United Country Salem Realty. Call 573-729-3148 or stop by their offices, 605 South Main Street. Babette Wells is your broker owner, a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Well, Salem has the lead here at halftime by 8, 35-27. Had as much as an 11-point lead in that first half as they came out strong, leading 21-10 after the first quarter. Scissors went on a bit of a run, got it down to 3. The Salem Tigers extended that lead back out to 8 here at the halftime. On the strength of 5 3-pointers in that first half, Scissors had 4, but the Tigers really dominated the first quarter. Well, the second quarter was a pretty much break-even quarter for both teams, but it did favor the Scissors by 3 points, 17-14 in the scoring. Leading scorer in the game of the Salem Tigers is Braden Gapp. She has 11 points. He's followed up by Lincoln Thomas with 9. Gavin Sapal has 7. And then Roy Stevens, Brody Ray, and Dannon Berry each have a couple of points for the Salem Tigers, as does Luke Pryor. Leading rebounder for the Salem Tigers is Gaps with 4. They got 3 by Luke Pryor, got 3 by Dannon Berry, 2 by Gavin Sapal, and then 1 each by Brody Ray and Roy Stevens. For the West Plains Scissors, their leading scorer is Jared Kraft with 12 points. He's followed up by Clayton Robbins with 10 and Josiah Long with 3. Leading rebounder for the Scissors is Long with 4 and also Aiden Judd with 4. Then 2 each for Ethan Tuma and Jared Kraft, and 1 for Clayton Robbins in the game. Jacob Moore, by the way, also has 2 points for the Scissors as well. Got that early in the game. Free throw shooting, Salem Tigers were 5 of 7 in that first half. Made that 6 of 8, excuse me. Missed one there, 6 of 8. And I thought that would look unusual. 8 of 13. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let's try that again. 3 of 5. 3 out of 7. There we go. For the Scissors. I'll tell you what, sometimes I put the stuff down and I don't see it. Anyway, 3 out of 7 for the Scissors free throw shooting in that half. Rebounds, Salem Tigers out rebounded the Scissors in that first half, 15-13. Turnovers, 4 for the West Plains Scissors, but they had 4 steals. And for the Salem Tigers, they had 5 turnovers and 2 steals in that first half. Earlier tonight, the C team lost to the Scissors 42-25. JV also lost to the Scissors in the game. And I wrote that score down, but I'll be doggone if I can find it. Anyway, we'll try and locate that. But the Scissors have taken the first 2 games of the night, and the varsity is trying to salvage game 3 here tonight on this Wednesday night game after the makeup last night after the game was postponed due to hazardous weather conditions. We are at halftime. Always like to thank our great sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you Salem Tiger basketball, like Technology Junkyard at 37228 Highway 72. Open Monday through Friday from 10 to 6. Repair service for your TVs and computers, but also other electronics. Plus, they can recycle and repurpose as well. Give them a call, 573-453-0418. That's Technology Junkyard, Highway 72 in Salem. And Moe's Cleaning Service. Give Melissa Callahan a call, especially after you have a party or maybe the holidays and you need to have that house taken care of, or maybe even your business. Give her a call, 573-201-0430. Moe's Cleaning Service. Get Moe for your money. We are at halftime. Salem Tigers with the lead. We do want to remind everybody, Salem Tigers will be home on Friday night to face the Sullivan Eagles, and that will be a non-conference game, but it is a district contest. Those always count when it comes down to district seedings. So the Tigers and the Eagles will match up Friday night, and again, that'll start with a freshman game at 5, followed by the JV game at about 6:15 or so, and a varsity matchup about 7:30 Friday night from right here, Salem High School Gymnasium. Tomorrow night, our Lady Tigers start their SCA schedule. They'll be at Ava to take on the Ava Lady Bears. That's tomorrow night. 3-6 Lady Tigers going against Ava. I believe Ava is 5-6 on the year. I believe is what their record is. So that first SCA contest tomorrow night. JV action at 6. The varsity matchup will follow tomorrow night at Ava as Coach Woody and our Lady Tigers will start their SCA play tomorrow night against the Lady Bears. We are at halftime. Salem with a 35-27 lead. We're going to take a 2.5-minute break and come back with the second half when we return. Tiger basketball. You're hearing it and watching it on KSMO Media.
It's officially home buying season and the market is heating up. Buying a home is a huge decision and where to get your home loan is just as important. Don't buy your home without checking into Riverways Federal Credit Union's great rates and service. Riverways is not for profit and has more ways to say yes, and you can apply in less than 5 minutes. Need a pre-approval to help seal the deal? We've got you covered. Get started at Riverways FCU today. Riverways Federal Credit Union, located in Rolla, Salem, and Cuba.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
The Bank of Salem was founded in 1883 on the principles of local ownership, a commitment to the people of our community, local decisions, and a conservative approach to banking. As one of the oldest locally owned banks in the Ozarks, we've had the privilege to serve generations of local families. We pride ourselves on dedication to our customers and the people of Dent County, and we take pride in being an important part of it for years to come. The Bank of Salem, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's only because of our incredible sponsors we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events. A couple of those sponsors include Discount Bins in Salem. Discount Bins gets truckloads of new merchandise each week, and the prices drop every day. Your World Today, the only daily news flyer in Dent County, available in over 40 locations in Salem and Bunker, as well as online at KSMOradio.com. Be sure to thank these sponsors for bringing you Salem Tiger sports and community events.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams. Bundle auto, home, and life and save up to 25%. American Family Insurance.
And it's getting ready to start the third quarter. 35-27, Salem Tigers on top. Start of the third quarter brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Willie's Trader Agent right here in Salem. For your small business needs, they've got you covered. 573-729-4941. Or drop by and see Willie. 1414 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard right here in Salem. As you're watching on your KSMO stream, if you are watching with us, the Zizzers are in their red uniforms with the white trim, and the Salem Tigers in their home whites with the navy blue numbers and the Carolina and blue trim around the neck and also on the bottom of the short. The Zizzers will have the ball to start things out. Jared Kraft, who got 12 points in that second quarter by himself. He goes to Tuma. Tuma, the baseline, kicks it outside to Robbins. Open for the three. It's offline, no good. Brought down by Pryor. He gets it the other way. Down comes Thomas. Waits, hesitates, and scores. He let Robbins fly by and then banked it home. 10-point Salem Tiger lead. Just 20 seconds into this third quarter. Pass in the corner to Long. Outside to Kraft, to Tuma. Trying to go down to Robbins in the corner. Back to Tuma. Beyond three. Long in the corner, waits for it. Gets it from Kraft. Now back to Kraft on the perimeter. The Scissors are keeping the ball for the most part. Here's Tuma. Drives in back to Kraft. Kraft off to Robbins. Back to Kraft. Down to Long on the baseline. His jumper is good. Josiah Long hits that two-pointer from the baseline. A minute into this third quarter. Salem up by 8. Brody giving it down to Gaps. His shot is good. Brody Ray with a very nice pass to Braden Gaps, who just laid it in with a short flip, actually. As pass goes back to Kraft as the Scissors back in the offensive zone. Here's Tuma all the way across the floor to Long to Robbins to Kraft, back to Tuma. His three-pointer is good. His first points of the game. 6.5 to go, third quarter. Brody Ray for Salem. Half-court defense so far by both teams to start out this second half. Here's Pryor, top of the key, left side pass to Thomas. Guarded by Kraft, on top to Gaps. Guarded there by Long, back to Thomas. Lincoln, bounce pass, trying to get the bounce pass to Sapah. It's knocked out of bounds by Kraft. It stays with the Salem Tigers. Inbound comes to Ray. Guarded there by Tuma. Brody trying to drive. He can. Now switches hands. Down low it goes to Gaps underneath the basket. Stops, turns around, and fades that jumper in. Gets away from Long with a real nice dip and duck move. And the Tigers are up by 9. Bounce pass in the corner. It is there to Judd. Back on top, Kraft between the circles. To Long in the left corner. Now to Robbins, to Kraft. They go back to Tuma in the right corner, all the way across the floor to Robbins. Robbins back to Tuma. He'll try another three-pointer, and this one is also good.
3 points, Tuma.
Tuma was scoreless in the first half, and now he's hit 2 straight threes to make it a 6-point game. Ray giving it right side to Thomas. Out on top to Sapah, guarded there by Judd. Sapah starts his drive in, takes it to the hole, trying to scoop it up. It will not fall, and brought down by Robbins. Good move by Sapah, but didn't go. Pass goes all the way across to Kraft on top long. Long back to Kraft. Cross it goes to Judd. Now back to Tuma for another three, and this one is no good. Brought down by Sapah, who almost stepped out of bounds getting that rebound. Here's Thomas on the right side. Kicks it back to Brody Ray, guarded by Tuma. Flips it left side to Gaps in front of the Salem bench. 4:50 to go. Double team. Goes down to Sapah, and he gets called for a charge. Drop the shoulder, and you can't do that. As soon as you do that, you're going to get called for the charge. Leaned in. And the offensive foul. It's a turnover. First of this second half by either team. 41-35. Kraft trying to drive into Tuma. On top to Judd. Left side to Robbins. Down low to Long on the baseline. Long moving back into the corner. Bounce pass out to Robbins. Right side Kraft takes the three-pointer, and it's rimmed out. Brought down by Sapah. Handing that ball off to Lincoln Thomas with 4:20 to go in the third quarter. 41-35. Salem Tigers on top. Thomas gives it off to Ray. Brody Ray trying to dance his way in. Stops, trying to kick it back to somebody. Bounce pass to Gaps. Gaps goes all the way under the basket. Fires it on top to Sapah. Sapah outside to Ray for the three. Too short. Ball tipped and brought down by Judd. Judd the other way. Judd has it, gives it off to Long, and he lays it up and misses the shot. Judd with a rebound, scores. 4-point ball game, and a timeout called by Coach Patterson. Timeouts are brought to you by your friends at your local American Family Insurance Agency. That's Jonah Schaefer. If you got married or divorced, give Jonah a call, 729-5165, to make sure that you update the beneficiary on your life insurance. 41-37. We'll take a 30-second break and come right back. It's Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
It's only because of our incredible sponsors that we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events. Some of these sponsors include Jet Tire and Auto, Salem's only licensed Lucas Oil Service Center. Drive in today at 800 South Park Avenue right here in Salem. Moe's Cleaning Service, LLC, the only cleaning service you'll ever need. Give them a call at 573-201-0430 and get Moe for your money.
I'd like to thank the great sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you Tiger basketball, like On the Spot Auto Glass. Check them out on Facebook or call 573-247-3608. If ice breaks your glass and you need a replacement, they change it out on the spot. It's right in their name. On the Spot Auto Glass, a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. 41-37, Salem will have the ball on the inbound. Looks like the Scissors are going to try that tight man-to-man coverage. As Ray trying to get away from Toma. Gaps has to get it in and does to Sapah. Sapah gets away from Judd, hangs on to it, now back to Lincoln Thomas. Thomas hanging on to it out that left wing in front of the Tiger bench. Guarded there by Robbins. Lincoln Thomas slowing things down. Gives it off to Brody Ray. 3:25 to go. Ray trying to get it down low to Sapah. Ball comes to Gaps. Back to Thomas. Thomas guarded by Tuma. Trying to get a pick. And then a charge. Or actually a charge on Brody Ray as he got a moving block. It's a moving pick is what it is. You can't do it. He shifted his hips. Try and make sure he got in the way of Tuma. That turns the ball over. Salem up by 4 with the ball right now. Robbins firing it down low. Tigers steal that one away. Their first steal of this second half and the first turnover by the Scissors. Here's Thomas with 2:55 to go. Third quarter, giving it off to Gaps. Gaps between the circles. Guarded by Tuma. Gaps turns, bounce pass to Sapah. Trying to dance in, and he'll be fouled by Judd. His third foul. Gavin Sapah has 3. Judd has 3. Jacob Moore has 3 for the Scissors. Ray will check out. Stevens comes in the game. Gaps to inbound it. Giving it to Sapah. Sapah trying to skip it out and does. Trying to fire it back to Thomas, but it's stolen away. Shot by Robbins for three, won't go. Brought down by Sapal. 41-37. Gaps for the Salem Tigers. Double team, fires it to Sapal to Thomas. Thomas trying to dance in. Goes to Stevens. To Sapal, that high post. Down to Gaps from 6. Too hard. Comes down in the hands of Robbins. 2:10 to go. Pass comes to Kraft. Kraft for the Scissors. Trying to drive in. And a foul's going to be called on Stevens, I believe. Oh, they're going to call it on Thomas. Wow. Moody will come in for Gaps. 2:04 to go third quarter. 4-point Salem Tiger lead. Ball in the corner. Kraft for a three. It's way too short. Stevens has that one. Giving it off to Moody. Moody in the offensive zone. Between the circles, flips the left side to Thomas on top. Sapal. Giving it to Moody. Moody trying to dance in. Fadeaway jumper. It will not fall. Brought down by Robbins. Robbins the other way to Tuma. Tuma flips it back door to Kraft. The Tigers steal it away. Back they come the other way. Lincoln Thomas, front of Salem bench at a minute and a half. Getting it off to Sapal. Sapal trying to drive in. Goes back to Stevens. Roy back on top to Lincoln Thomas. Thomas stops, trying to get inside to Sapal. He does. Sapal double teamed. Fires it back on top to Pryor. Off to Moody in the corner. Stevens down to a minute and 5 left. Now to Thomas. Lincoln hanging on to it, has separation. Fakes the three and then tried to get it off to Sapal. Ball loose, tipped away. Tigers get it back. Here's Pryor trying to drive in. Ball knocked away, taken there by Moody. Going back to Sapal. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Here's Thomas with it. 4-point Salem Tiger lead. Been that way for over 2 minutes. Here's Thomas. Underneath it goes to Pryor on the baseline. Pryor still has it. And a timeout called by the Tigers. 38 seconds to go. The timeout brought to you by Jonas Schaefer, your local American Family Insurance agent at 1104 South Main Street in Salem. Let's come back in 30 seconds. 41-37. Salem on top. It is Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
Save on everyday items with digital coupons at Town & Country Supermarkets. It's easy. Download the Town & Country Markets app and browse through a variety of digital coupons available. Then clip them to your account. You can also clip digital coupons online at tcmarkets.com. Shop in the store for your favorite items, then tell us your phone number at checkout, and the digital coupons will be deducted from your purchase automatically. Scan this QR code to learn more and start saving more today.
Like to thank those great sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you Tiger basketball, like Legends Auto at 500 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard at the corner of MacArthur and 3272. Call them for all car repair, 729-2884. Legends Auto. Pass comes out to Roy Stevens, and he'll hand that ball off to Thomas. Lincoln, with 30 seconds left, goes back to Moody. Moody goes back to Roy Stevens. Stevens will hand that ball back off to Lincoln Thomas. Thomas starts his drive in, flips it off the glass. It will not fall. Brought down by Judd. 15 seconds left. Now to Kraft all the way down. Lays it in. Good transition by West Plains. 9 seconds to go. 41-39. Thomas looking for a pick. Stops. Takes a long two. No good. And gets his rebound. And that's not going to make it. And we played 3 quarters. We have a dandy one here going on right now as the Salem Tigers get only 6 points, but they still lead at 41-39 over the Scissors. And we'll come back in 1 minute with the fourth quarter. It's Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Call Joe Brand in Salem at 729-3831.
And get ready to start the fourth quarter. Salem will have the ball. Start the fourth quarter brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Willie Strader is your agent for all of life's special needs. Get in touch with Willie Strader. Farm Bureau Insurance, 729-4941. Or drop by 1414 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard. Brody Ray getting it off to Roy Stevens as Salem has the ball to start this fourth quarter out. And Stevens trying to drive in against Tuma, and he draws the foul. Tuma gets his second foul, first team foul of this fourth quarter. No free throws in that third quarter. Long pass tipped and stolen away. Ball's in the air way too long, and here's Judd. Turnaround shot blocked there by Pryor. Beautifully done by Pryor. Gets the ball back for the Salem Tigers, clinging to their 2-point lead. Gaps fires in the corner to Ray. Brody. Inside it goes to Pryor. Pryor, short jumper. No, it will not fall. Gets his own rebound and puts it back in. That ball sat on that rim for a long time. Finally fell down, and Luke was able to retrieve it. Ball underneath. Reverse layup missed by Kraft and brought down by Sapal. His sixth rebound. 43-39. Brody Ray trying to get away from Kraft. Runs into the corner. He needs some help. Trying to pass it off. And a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor the Scissors. Again, Brody gets just too tight to the guys, and they just tie him up. That's happened to him a couple times this year. He likes to try and turn his back to them and get leverage, but it has not worked all the time for the young man. The pass comes down, missed there by Kraft, and Stevens brings down that rebound. Ray now double teamed again. That ball stolen away again. Here they come, and trying to slam it down. The ball misses by Long. It goes out of bounds. They'll say off of Brody Ray. Long went for the slam. It didn't go. It went straight up in the air and came down. Now he tries for the three, and it won't go. Brought down underneath by Kraft. They kick it back on top to Robbins. Now to Judd. Judd bounced past to Kraft. He'll lay that in. And now a timeout's going to be called by the Scissors with 6:29 to go. Salem up by 2, 43-41. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. It's Tiger basketball on KSMO Media. A break brought to you by Jonah Schaefer, your local American Family Insurance agent.
Hi, I'm Susie Cahill, Director of Healthy Dent County Fitness Center. Are you looking for a place to begin your journey to better health? Come inside. Never in my life have I been in another atmosphere where everyone was so friendly and eager to help others. It's not just the staff, it's the members. They're so passionate about what they do and so excited to help you. If you're ready to begin your journey to better health, come by and see us.
43-41, Salem Tigers have the ball on the baseline. Scissors in a half-court defense. 2-point Salem Tiger lead. They've led throughout this entire game. Had as much as an 11-point lead. Now it's down to 2. Stevens drives down to the paint, trying to get the shot up, and he'll be fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. You have to do that. You got to draw those fouls against the Scissors and then hit the free throws. So we got the fouls. Now let's see if Roy can bury a free throw or 2. That foul on Judd, his 4th. As Moore gets ready to come back in the game, he'll check in after the first free throw. First free throws of the second half. Stevens' free throws, no good. So Moore back in the game. He has 3 fouls. Judd sits down now with 4. Next by Stevens, and this one also no good. Brought down and knocked out of the hand of Robbins, who got the rebound. Was Sapah, but the ball went out of bounds when Gavin touched it. Back comes the Scissors. In the corner long, on top to Kraft. Kraft trying to get that ball outside. Ball stolen away, and here's Pryor. Pryor had Ray in front of him, but he had it stolen right back. And now stolen again by the Salem Tigers. Here's Gaps going baseline off the glass. It's good. And now quickly the other way, laying it up, and in is Kraft. Gaps has it. Gaps beyond three, inside to Pryor. Pryor had that ball knocked out of his hands, but it goes to Brody Ray. Ray stops trying to flip it back to Stevens. He does, with 5:22 to go. Still a 2-point ball game. Pass to Ray. Ray gets away from Tuma. And down low, scoops it up. It's not going to fall. Gavin Ritz with a rebound, and he scores. Gavin Sapah with a follow-up. 4-point Salem Tiger lead. Pass to Kraft, left side to Robbins. Robbins beyond three, and he can shoot the three-point. Goes in the corner to Moore. Moore turns back to Robbins. Robbins back to Moore. Kicks it outside to Tuma for the three, and it rims out. Brought down, though, by Moore. Moore cross to Kraft. Kraft with 4:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Stops, goes back to Moore. Kicking it to Robbins for a three-pointer, and it rimmed out, no good. Ball tip brought down by Sapah. Down to Gaps. Gaps beyond three, stops, and then is fouled there by Robbins. Robbins reached in, thought he had just gotten the ball, but he also got a piece of Braden Gaps, and he'll draw his third foul. Third team foul on the Scissors. Lincoln Thomas back in the ball game for Luke Pryor. Gaps trying to get in, does to Sapah. Sapah double teamed on that baseline, backing in, turns trying to flip that ball up. Could get it to go, and Robbins with a good play. Just a little too far underneath the basket. Driving in is Long. Outside of Tuma, firing it out on top to Kraft. Kraft running jumper too short, follows it up, gets his own rebound, trying to bank it in, it won't go. Ball's tipped out and brought down by Robbins. A shot from the corner, three-pointer, no good, brought down by Moore. Tigers can't get the ball away from the Scissors. Scooping it up and in is finally Long. And Sapah was on the floor, got stepped on by Moore. Back to a 2-point ball game as 4 rebounds there by the Scissors. Salem simply just could not get the ball away from them, and they were able to finally capitalize, make it back to a 2-point ball game with 3:40 to go. Here's Gaps, sees an opening, trying to take it to the paint. He'll draw the foul and go to the line to shoot 2. Jared Kraft will get his third foul as he fouled Gaps on the way. Braden 2 for 2 for the stripe. Misses. That ball would not go. Salem 0 for 3 for the stripe here in the fourth quarter. Boy, they've got to start hitting free throws this year. This has been a struggle for them all season long. Gaps' next one is good. They've been really good in the first half, 6 of 8, but they're 1 for 4 here in this fourth quarter. Driving his Kraft, flips it outside to Robbins. He'll try and tie it with a 3, and he does. Clayton Robbins has tied the game up. Oh, they only call it a 2. That's fortunate. Foot was on the line. So Salem still clinging to a 1-point lead. Here's Brody Ray taking it to the paint. Outside the Gaps for a three-pointer. Won't go. Tipton comes out to Ray. Ray has it, trying to get away from the Scissors, and a foul's going to be called on Robbins. Robbins will have his 4th foul. And it'll be a 5th team foul for the Scissors, putting Ray at the line to shoot 2. Salem has got to capitalize on these free throws. 48-47, Salem with a lead, and the free throws missed. .305 remains. 4th quarter. Next one is too short. Brought down, taken there by Long, and then Brody Ray will foul out of frustration. First team foul on Salem. And Salem up by 1 point. 1 for 6 in this 4th quarter from the stripe. And now under 3 minutes to go in this, the 4th quarter. Here's Tuma. Tuma trying to get a pick. Kicks it outside to Moore. Moore spinning, turning, trying to kick it inside. Outside it goes to Long. Baseline. Long taking it to the hole. Lays it in. And the Scissors have their first lead of the game. 49-48. Gaps for Salem. Brings it up. Stops. Takes a long 3. It's off the iron. No good. Brought down though by Thomas. Lincoln Thomas back to Ray. Ray trying to get away from Tuma. And a timeout called by Coach Patterson with 2:26 to go. Salem now trails by 1, 49-48. We'll come back in 30 seconds with more of Salem Tiger basketball. This timeout brought to you by Jonas Schaefer, your local American Family Insurance agent. Take time out to make sure you have enough coverage on your home, especially if you made improvements. 729-5165. Back in 30 seconds, Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
Don't forget our friends at Jet Tire and Auto at 800 South Park Avenue. They are a proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. Stop on by for new tires, get new wheels. You might even need shocks or maybe struts. They can take care of all that and much, much more. 573-729-3650 or go online at jettiresandauto.com. Jet Tire and Auto, proud supporter of your Salem Tigers. 2:26 remains, 4th quarter. Scissors have outscored the Salem Tigers here in this 4th quarter and now lead at 49-48, down by 2 at the end of the 3rd quarter. It's now 49-48. They have outscored Salem 10-8 here in this, or 10-7 here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Sapal. Can't get the shot up. Now it does. It will not fall. Comes back to Gaps. That shot's too short. So the Tigers have had 3 chances there and couldn't get on any one of them. As Robbins brings it down, he's fouled by Thomas. As Luke Pryor struggles to get to the bench. Thomas fouled intentionally to get Luke off the floor. The inbound comes down to Robbins. And Robbins will be fouled by Sapon, and that'll be his 4th. Salem now with 3 team fouls in this, the 3rd quarter, or 4th quarter. Inbound pass comes out to Robbins, getting it off to Kraft. Kraft stops, firing it underneath the Tuma. Shot blocked, and a foul's going to be called on the Salem Tigers. And I'm not sure on who, Stevens or Sapon. It's going to be on Stevens. Going to the line will be Ethan Tuma. He has 2 threes in this game. First free throws for the Scissors in the 2nd half, and the free throw's good. Scissors got their first lead moments ago and trying to expand that lead. Ball comes down to Moore as he takes the rebound, but then he traveled with the ball. 1:51 remains. Salem down by 2 points. Inbound comes in to Thomas, and it goes off of the Zizzer player out of bounds. Thomas had it hit his hand, then it hit long. 1:49 to go. Tigers need to do some zigging and zagging. They're going to have to call a timeout pretty quick if they get back to Gaps in the corner. Gaps trying to get away from two Zizzers. Gives it off to Thomas. Thomas getting to the timeline, gets over the timeline. Just barely, 9 seconds in. Here's Thomas. Stops beyond 3 over to Ray. 1.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Thomas down to Sapal. Knocked out of his hands. Another steal for the Zizzers and a timeout called by West Plains. Their 6th steal of this. I think that their 7th steal of this second half. And a big steal for them. 50-48, Zizzers on top. Timeout brought to you by Jonah Schaefer, your local American Family Insurance agent. We'll take a 30-second break and come right back. It's Tiger Basketball on KSMO Media.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Right now, K&H Auto Supply, get Griot's Garage Wash and Detail Kit, including 12 premium car care items. It's $49.99. Superstar 8-gauge 12-foot booster cables for $29.99. And Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner, buy one, get one free. Merry Christmas from your friends at K&H Auto Supply.
Park City. Yeah, Park City. Park City.
Salem's been outscored in this fourth quarter, 11-7. They're outscored in the third quarter, 12-6. So they've been outscored in the second half, 23-13. And they've watched their 12-point lead, or 8-point lead that they had at halftime, now fall to a 2-point deficit. They had as much as an 11-point lead in that first half, but could not hold on. And the Zizzers have forced turnover after turnover. Salem Tigers with now 14 turnovers in the game, but 9 of them have come here in the second half. It's been a problem here in the last few games when the teams forcing the turnovers are scoring off those turnovers. That's what Salem's going to have to try and avoid. With the ball right now is Kraft. Zizzers with the lead don't have to worry about shooting. They can just run the clock out. Kraft's going to take it home, lays it up and in, making it now a 4-point lead. Down to a minute left to go. Here's Brody Ray. Ray, guarded by Tuma. Trying to get off to Sapal. Down to 53 seconds left. Now to Gaps. Gaps beyond 3. Tigers need to try and get some offense here. Gaps handing it off to Thomas in the corner. Thomas stops from beyond 3. Takes the 3. Misses. Ball brought down by the Zizzers. By Tuma. Long pass the other way to Long. Ball stolen away by Gaps with 30 seconds left. Gaps the other way. Salem down by 4. It's not a one-possession game. Cross to Thomas. Thomas beyond 3. Stops. It's wasting time right now to 18 seconds left. Over to Gaps. Gaps with a three-pointer. It's good. And timeout called by the Tigers with 13.2 seconds left, but they wasted about 14 seconds by just dribbling the ball around. So the Tigers are going to be under pressure to get the ball back from the Zizzers with just a 1-point lead. The Zizzers have that 1-point lead. We're going to take a 30-second break and come right back with the final moments of this contest. Salem Tigers trail it to the Zizzers, 52-51. A timeout brought to you by Jonah Schaefer, your local American Family Insurance agent at 1104 South Main Street in the Crossroads Shopping Center. Back in 30 seconds, Tiger Basketball and KSMO Media.
Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center in Salem is here for all of your veterinary needs. From your house cat to a herd of cattle, Dr. Cunningham and her expert staff are here to help. Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center is committed to providing your animals with the highest level of care and support. Schedule an appointment today for checkups, boarding, surgery, supplies, or even 24/7 emergency services for established clients. Stop by or call in today and get the veterinary care that your pets deserve.
1 point lead for the Scissors. They'll have the inbounding of the ball from their baseline. Salem with only 13.2 seconds left to play in regulation. They had about 35 seconds left when Gaps got the steal, but they wasted about 14 seconds dribbling before Gaps got the three. The inbound comes to Tuma, gets away from Ray, and then he fouls him after 3.5 seconds goes off the clock, or 3.2 seconds, I should say. Exactly 10 seconds to go. That will not put the Scissors at the line. It's going to be inbound from the side, only the fourth team foul. Tigers really need a steal here. Really need to get right in Tuma's face. Stevens is there. The hands aren't even up in the air, and they go back as Sapal will foul out of the game as he grabbed onto Robbins. So Sapal fouls out.
That was number 34 for Salem. Gavin Sapal, his fifth.
He finished with 9 points and 8 rebounds with 8.4 seconds left. I don't know who Salem's going to put in yet. Coach Patterson is debating. Luke Pryor's going to come in off the bench. (52-51). Robbins will shoot 2 free throws here. He has 12 points and he hits the first. Salem Tigers 1 of 6 from the free throw line here in the fourth quarter, and that has really doomed them. Robbins hits them both. Salem down by 3 and a timeout called by the Salem Tigers with 8.4 seconds left. I'm going to keep it right here and remind you that the Salem Tigers, Lady Tigers, will be starting their SCA conference play tomorrow night. They'll be down at Ava to take on the Lady Bears. The 3 and 5 Tigers will take on the Bears, who I believe are 5 and 6, or 3 and 6 Tigers go against the 5 and 6 Lady Bears. 6 o'clock JV action. The varsity matchup will follow at about 7:15 to 7:30 at Ava. Lady Tiger basketball tomorrow night at Ava. Boys will be back in action Friday night when they host the Sullivan Eagles. That's kind of a pre-district seeding game, so you definitely want to show up for that one. Salem and Sullivan Friday night. Starts with a freshman game at 5, or the C team. Then the JV game at about 6:15, and the varsity matchup close to 7:30 Friday night right here on KSMO Media. We'll have all that varsity action for you on KSMO Radio and your KSMO video streams on KSMO Media. All right, Stevens will get it in. 8.4 seconds left. Salem's best hope is a tie to go to overtime. Here's Thomas down to 6 seconds left to Gaps. A long three. It's good! Gaps hits the three right in front of the scorer's box. And we're going to overtime. Gaps right at the end of the Salem Tiger bench put up a desperation three. He got it. And the Tigers will go to overtime with the Scissors, 54-54. Wow. What a shot by Braden Gaps. It was about as desperation as you can get, but it paid off. And Gaps now with 24 points in the game. But we go back to those free throws the Salem Tigers had in that fourth quarter, and they did not capitalize on them. 1 out of 6. And the Scissors are 3 out of 4 and almost took this game in regulation time. So we're going to go to overtime and still got 4 more minutes to play. A little extra time. Right now, Jared Kraft with 20 points, leading the Scissors. He's followed up by Clayton Robbins with 14. And we'll have another tip. We'll start all over again. Woo. What a shot by Braden Gaps to tie it. Launched that sucker, and the crowd just waited and waited. It was a very high arcing shot, and finally it splashed through. So Pryor will go up against Robbins. Remember, Robbins has 4 fouls. Judd has 4 fouls. Both teams are in the bonus here in overtime. Pryor can't get it. Robbins does, and it comes back to Tuma. 54-54, it's overtime. Salem and West Plains. Kraft has it over to Tuma. Back to Kraft. Flips it in the corner to Moore. Back on out to Kraft. The Zizzers have the ball in the offensive zone. Back to Kraft between the circles. Salem staying in a zone. 2-2-1 zone right now. Goes on top to Tuma. Back to Kraft. Trying to drive in. Goes to Robbins. Robbins is backed out beyond the 3-point line. Now Tuma. Kraft holding on to it. Looks like Zizzers are content to just kind of take some time off the clock. Here's Robbins. Can't get back to Tuma. Left side pass to Kraft. Kraft goes in the corner long. Long trying to drive in against Pryor. Long fires it down low, laying it up and in is Moore. They took a minute off the clock and getting to one shot, and they were able to get an easy layup. Here's Brody Ray taking it to the hole. Stops, trying to kick it back out. Does to Gaps. Gaps on top to Pryor. He starts his drive in. Pryor trying to get in, and a foul called on Robbins, and he's out of the game. So Robbins will foul out of the game. Oh, they're going to call it on Moore. Wow. Robbins the one that made body contact with him. And Moore was given a foul. Boy, that's a break for the Zizzers. Now Pryor to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And the first free throw is good. 2:49 left to go in the first overtime. Pryor has another one coming. Next free throw, it's also good, and we're tied again at 56 all. Salem in their half-court defense. Bringing it down, it's Kraft. Back to Tuma to Robbins, left side. Back to Kraft in the corner long. Back to Kraft across to Tuma. To Kraft, Salem just shifting their zone. Back across as the Zizzers keep passing it on the perimeter. With 2:25 to go. Tuma has it. Now back to Kraft. Back to Tuma. To corner to Robbins. To Tuma. Again, the Zizzers took about a minute off before they were able to set up an easy layup. And now Kraft has it. To Tuma. Back to Kraft. 2:10 down. Left to go. Tuma back to Kraft. In the corner long. Trying to get it down to Moore. Moore trying to flip it back out. Does to Kraft with 2 minutes to go in overtime. Standing right in front of the Zizzers bench to Moore. Back out to Kraft. He'll back up a step or two. Flipping it to Tuma. Salem in a very tight box and one now. Ball goes in the corner long. Back on out to Kraft with 1:40 to go. Now Ray comes out to him. Here's Kraft trying to dance his way in, and he's going to get fouled as he went for the shot. And he'll shoot 2. I believe Roy Stevens might pick that foul up. It could go to Thomas, though. So Kraft to the line to shoot 2 with 1:35 to go. And the first free throw is good. West Plains been very patient with the ball when they get in the offensive zone. And the next free throw is also good. 2-point Zizzer lead. Brody Ray for Salem with a minute and a half to go. Guarded there by Tuma. Man-to-man coverage, and the ball goes off the foot of Ray. Oh, they're going to say it went off of Tuma. West Plains said it went off of Ray. I had a student section standing up in front of me, and I could not tell you whose foot it went off of. Brody Ray trying to dance in. Back to Gaps for a 3. It's off the iron. Brought down by Kraft. Salem needed to get that rebound down to a minute 10 to go. Kraft fires it right side to Moore. Back to Kraft. Here's Ray trying to chase down Kraft, and he'll foul him. Tigers needed to get that rebound and did not come down with it. 58-56, West Plains on top, and Kraft going to the line. He will shoot 2 again. It's a 1-possession game, but he can make it 2. And the free throw is no good. Cade Moody comes in for Brody Ray with a 1:05 to go in overtime, the first overtime. Kraft's next one, and this one is good. 3-point Zizzer lead. Inbound to Moody. Down to a minute left. Moody trying to get away from Long in the offensive zone. Moody trying to get that pass across, stolen away by Kraft. And Kraft will be fouled by Moody and goes into the wall very hard. And they'll say an intentional foul on Caden Moody. They're going to call an intentional foul on Caden Moody as Kraft went into the wall very hard. Another turnover by the Tigers, their 10th. The steal by the Zizzers, their 8th. Kraft shaken up. We'll go to the free throw line, then the Zizzers will get the ball. And this could pretty well seal this game. Well, Kraft will shoot 2. He's got 3 points, and that one does not go. .1 seconds left. And the next free throw is no good as well. Well, Kraft is definitely feeling the effect of hitting that wall. He's a little woozy out there. They called an intentional foul, so the ball will belong to the Zizzers. It's still a 1-possession game at this time, but the Tigers will not have the ball. It'll belong to the Zizzers. The officials are talking about that intentional foul call. I saw the one official with the intentional foul sign. And I think the officials are going to talk to both coaches. .1 seconds left. Cade Moody comes and apologizes to Jared Kraft. I don't think anything was intentional trying to knock the man down. Just Kraft went up and Moody kind of caught him on the inside, just kind of forced him with the hip into the wall. And that's what sometimes happens when you try and break away as fast as you can. You got another guy chasing you as fast as you can. And when those two bodies collide, well, it gets a little bit hairy. You just never know what's going to happen. But Kraft is definitely a little bit woozy on that. So Braden Gapsch is going to the line. I do not know what that call is. It's a technical foul. There's nobody on the line. So I'm assuming the foul may have been by the Zizzers. Maybe that was the intentional foul after the Moody call. So Gapsch misses that free throw. And he'll have another one. And that one's good. So I believe Judd also fouled afterwards. He's fouled out of the game. Salem will have the ball down by 2. So a foul by Judd after the fact as pass comes in to Pryor, and a foul's going to be called on Pryor. A charge on Pryor will turn the ball over. with 44.8 seconds left. And now the Tigers are going to have to get the ball back. And the Scissors are very good at holding on to the ball. They don't have to shoot. Giving it to Robbins. Robbins with 30 seconds to go. Getting away from Pryor. Robbins trying to take it in. Actually walked with it. No call there. Out to Tuma. Tuma trying to take it to the hole. He'll be followed by Lincoln Thomas with 23.7 seconds left. And that'll be Thomas's fourth. Tuma to the line to shoot 2. And he could pretty well seal this game if he can make them both.
Fouls on number 3, Lincoln Thomas.
59-57, Scissors with the lead. Free throw is good. Back to a 3-point Scissor lead, and Tuma, who's got 8 points on the night, as I mentioned, could virtually seal this game with 23.7 seconds left. That one is no good, brought down by Thomas. I'm sorry, brought down by Stevens. Back the other way is Thomas, and a timeout called by Coach Patterson with 17.7 seconds left. 60-57, the Scissors on top. We're in overtime. Let's take a 30-second break and come back. Tiger basketball on KSMO Media.
Progressive Ozark Bank is proud to announce a better way to manage your debit card fraud alerts. Instead of a phone call, customers will receive a message on their text-enabled numbers if there is a concern on a debit card transaction. It's fast and easy. Want to find out how you can get fraud text alerts on your phone? Drop by or call Progressive Ozark Bank for more information. Progressive Ozark Bank, FDIC insured, where people matter.
That timeout brought to you by Jonas Schaefer, your local American family insurance agent. If you've made improvements to your home, make sure that you have the right coverage and have added those improvements to your coverage. Call Jonah, 729-5165. We're in overtime, the first overtime, 60-57 with 17.7 seconds left. The Scissors with the lead. Salem had an 11-point lead in the first half. Could not hold it. The Scissors have pretty well dominated the second half. And they lead it here in overtime. A three-pointer by Braden Gaps, basically with 3 seconds left from near half court, just inside the half-court line, right by the scorer's bench. Salem needs a duplicate to send it into a second overtime. Right now, here's Thomas. Lincoln hit a couple of threes early in the game, down to 10 seconds left. Bounce pass to Gaps. Gaps back to Thomas. Thomas stops, goes back to Gaps. 4 seconds left. Gaps needs to shoot it quickly. Ball knocked out of bounds with 0.6 seconds left. As Long knocked it out of bounds. Well, this will be a desperation. As soon as the Tigers get the ball and shoot it, they'll have to shoot immediately. Tigers got to get a pick. Pass comes across to Thomas. Open for the three. Partially blocked, and the Scissors will walk away with a 60-57 win after overtime. Well, it was a heck of a ball game, but the Salem Tigers could not hold on, and missing 5 of 6 free throws in that second half, in that fourth quarter especially, where they could have maybe extended their lead or protected a little bit of a lead. Couldn't do it. And the Scissors came back, took the lead, forcing Salem to tie it with a 3 at the very end of regulation, which they were able to do so, but unfortunately could not prevail in overtime. And the Salem Tigers fall by 3 points by a final score of 60-57 in this one. It's a tough loss for the Salem Tigers, who played a pretty good ball game, especially that first half. They were very, very good. And really, when you look at the way that this game went, you're taking on a Scissors team that's been playing some pretty good basketball. and not getting a lot of practice time in with all the weather that we've been having. You got to tip your cap. Salem Tigers thought they played a very, very good game, but unfortunately lose it to the Zizzers by a final score of 60-57. We'll take a 3-minute break, and we'll wrap things up. It's Salem Tiger basketball on KSMO Media. Thanks for joining us. Back in 3 minutes.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances, quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate, estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
It's only because of our incredible sponsors that we're able to bring you Salem Tiger sports and community events. Some of these sponsors include Looking Glass Salon, Candy Mink and Katie Carty, On the Spot Auto Glass, Hubs Tire Center, Ozark Overhead Door, The Technology Junkyard, Legends Automotive LLC, Flying W Boutique, Salem License Bureau, and New Life Auto. Be sure to thank these sponsors for bringing you Salem Tiger sports and community events.
For surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, welcome back to the postgame show brought to you by United Country Salem Realty. They sponsor our Salem Tiger postgame show. And what a game. The Salem Tigers and West Plains Zizzers matched up here. Few too many turnovers for the Salem Tigers. Second half cost them. The West Plains Zizzers took advantage of those, but also missed free throws for the Salem Tigers in that fourth quarter. Spelled a little bit of doom as the game came to an end. Salem 1 of 6 in that fourth quarter, while the Zizzers were 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and the Tigers had to hit a three-pointer at the buzzer just to tie and send it to overtime. But possibly having maybe hit 3 of 6 or 4 of 6, they would not have had to do so. It may have had that opportunity to win this game against the West Plains Zizzers. Salem falls to 4-8 with the loss. Zizzers are now 5-7 with the win. In this game, it was, well, not what you really want to have when you're coming right out of a tough game that the Salem Tigers had against the Lakers. So the Tigers struggled there with the Lakers with the turnovers and missed free throws, and they kind of did the same thing here tonight against the Zizzers. Took till the second half for that to happen, but again, the Tigers just could not stay up with West Plains, as West Plains got a little bit more aggressive. And basically the rebounds were about even, but hitting those free throws and hitting some critical shots and the patience of West Plains and waiting around to get a guy open, cutting through the lane. A lot of easy layups, so give a lot of credit to the West Plains Scissors on coming back from that 11-point deficit and winning this game 60-57 in overtime. Leading scorer for the Salem Tigers, Braden Gapp. She finished with 25 points, 11 for Lincoln Thomas, who had 8 of them in the first quarter. Also for Salem, Gavin Sapau at 9, 6 for Luke Pryor in the contest. I'm sorry, make that, 6 for Luke Pryor. And then 2 points each for Roy Stevens, Brody Ray, and Dannon Berry. The Tigers need to get more auxiliary scoring out of some of those other players. Leading rebounder for the Salem Tigers was Sapon with 8. He fouled out of the game in the fourth quarter. 5 rebounds for Gaps and Luke Pryor, 4 for Roy Stevens, a couple for Thomas and Brody Ray, and 3 for Dannon Berry in the game. Salem Tigers 8 of 16 from the free throw line, but they were 6 of 8 in that first half. And then, like I said, kind of a little bit of a disaster in that fourth quarter, going 1 for 6, and they were 3 of 4 in overtime. And again, finishing out 8 of 16 on the game. For West Plains, their leading scorer was Jared Kraft with 23 points. He was followed up by Clayton Robbins with 14, 9 for Josiah Long, 8 for Ethan Tuma, and then 4 points for Jacob Moore, and 2 for Aiden Wood in the game, or Aiden Judd, in the game. And that's only the 6 scorers were the only ones scoring for West Plains in the contest. Leading rebounder for them was Clayton Robbins with 7. Judd had 6, 5 for Josiah Long, 4 for Kraft, and 3 each for Tuma and Moore. West Plains in the game. They were 10 out of 19 from the free throw line. Salem Tigers, as I mentioned, 8 out of 16. So, again, neither team outstanding in the free throw line, but West Plains much better in that second half than they were in the first half and getting those free throws. 3-pointers, 7 for the Salem Tigers in the contest, including 5 of them by Braden Gaps, and then 4 for West Plains. They all came in the first half of the contest. Fouling out for the Scissors was Clayton Robbins. He fouled out, as did Aiden Judd. Both of them fouled out of the game. And we had Gavin Sapal fouled out for the Salem Tigers. So the Salem Tigers will be at home again Friday night to take on the Sullivan Eagles. This is kind of a pre-district game. They will be in our district again this year, and so very, very, very important contest when you play those district teams to come out and try and get a win. It's great for the seeding when you go to district play. So the Tigers and Eagles will play Friday night. 5 o'clock will be the freshman or C-team game. Then the JV will follow, and then the varsity contest. C-team lost tonight, by the way, 42-25. I'm still can't find that JV score, but I know JV lost by 8 points, but I cannot find that score, and I apologize for that. And then our final score here for the varsity, 60-57, as the Scissors come to town and sweep all 3 games from the Salem Tigers. Again, our Lady Tigers tomorrow night down at Ava. SCA play for them. JV action at 6, varsity game to follow. That's tomorrow night from Ava, Missouri. Good luck to our Lady Tigers and Coach Woody in SCA play. For Sally back in the station, my name is Stan Stevens. I want to thank United Country Salem Realty for bringing you our post-game report right here on KSMO Radio. And for Ben out there twiddling the dials on the video side, I want to thank them. Whether you're watching on KSMO Media on our video streams at KSMORadio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook, or KSMO YouTube, or listening in on AM 1340 or FM 95.7. We hope you enjoyed the contest. A tough one for the Tigers, but they've fallen overtime 60-57. Have yourselves a great evening. We'll talk to you again Friday night right here for the Salem High School as the Salem Tigers take on the Sullivan Eagles. In the meantime, have a great evening. Good night from the high school gymnasium.
Thank you for watching this KSMO media broadcast of Salem Tiger Sports. This game was brought to you by Town and Country Insurance, Tax Masters, Southwest Baptist University, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, the Hot Spot Tanning and Tuxedos, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust Manufacturing, Progressive Ozark Bank, Stephen Patterson Attorney at Law, Riverways Federal Credit Union, K&H Auto Supply, Farm Bureau Insurance, Country Mart, the Bank of Salem, Napa, Mooney Auto Supply, Your World Today, Town Screen, New Life Auto, Salem License Bureau, Legends Automotive, Moe's Cleaning Service, LLC, On the Spot Auto Glass, Mid-Ozark Animal Health Center, Jet Tire and Auto, The Technology Junkyard, American Family Insurance, United Country Real Estate, Southtown Furniture, Healthy Dent County, Ozark Overhead Door, Hub's Tire Center, Looking Glass Salon, Flying W Boutique, and Discount Bins. Thanks to those fine sponsors, we're able to bring you Salem Tiger Sports and community events right here on KSMO Media.